Hi guys, welcome back to ajclubsport. Today I wanted to do something a bit different and I hope also fun for me for sure and for you too, that let's say is a video game review. I would like to review through just one special stage, the WRC 2023 title, because I had read about it online. It seemed like a real deal breaker and I was missing this kind of game for some time. I don't have much time, as you can imagine, to do this with all the things that are going on, but still I managed to get a half hour here and there. So now I have had this one for a couple of weeks. I put a couple of hours in it, and first point, I'm playing around with the Xbox joystick through the computer, and obviously this is not optimal. I don't have a driving simulator anymore because it was taking too much of my time away, and with the activities of the main job, of the events and all that, and also of the content creation, I prefer to stay outside than inside playing that. So that's enough of this, let's get into it. So first thing that is not easy at all, we need to get the setup of the car. So obviously I am using the WRC Yaris. And here for the boost we are talking of Santes Creus, the 19-kilometer stage in Spain, so this is dry asphalt. You want aggressive boost, and this is the first setting. Then heading on to the tuning menu, in alignment, I keep my toe either at 0 or open of 0.10 degrees. Front camber 225 or 250 depending on your driving style. I will keep the rear slightly closed because this helps you maintain control in the swings of direction, and the rear camber angle at 225. The cambers work best if they're equal between front or rear or very close to each other, but this also depends a lot on how you set your differentials, because it's difficult, it's very intricate to get it all together as a recipe. Then after this we have the braking. Yes, I raised the braking power. I'm driving without aids, and the braking power in the front, brake bias also, and handbrake force that is just not enough during for the way it works in the game as standard. Differentials, this is a big one. So I increased the driving lock front and rear, and decreased the braking lock in the front while I increased it in the rear. And for now I've not played with the preloads anymore. And then coming to the gears, yeah, here I tried a bit, so in the end, mind you, I don't have that much time because there's much more to potentially do, but I can tell you that this setup is working on this special stage for me. Yeah, the damping is very tricky one on this, especially if you're playing on a joystick controller. But these settings are working for me in having an understandable car and its reactions, both on the sections that are very clean and on the other ones that are dirty. Springs, here again there was quite a bit of work. Minus 18 millimeters for me is the maximum for the car to still work where the surface is more uneven, and for the rest you can just try out these settings, and the car works its best when it's balanced. And mind you, the engine is in the front, therefore in the rear, even if your Newton meters are less, actually it's more because of the weight, the statical weight on it. So okay, let's get into the stage itself. So engines on, and let's see how it goes in this special stage. By no means the best, but let's go. Yeah, so the first thing I have to say is that this game really gives you the feeling, even through a joystick, of being there. I really feel the weight of the car through the controls, especially once I played a bit with the setup. It's very tactile. This first section is very technical because it alternates different rhythms from very, very fast to, let's say, medium speed. And I see that the ratios that I decided to go with help a lot. Still got a bit of push into these tighter corners. Yeah, it's not a perfect lap, but still it went quite well. There are quite a few mistakes. It was my personal best, and still 6 seconds to shave through my theoretical personal best here. The way the car behaves is so close to the real thing. I haven't driven this car in the real life, the WRC, but I've driven many Group N and 4 cars and rally cars of all kinds in the years, and it really does feel very good. Yeah. Difficult with the joypad to carry the speed you would like through the bends. Yeah, a bit difficult section there. Yeah, the graphics also are such a leap forward. I love them very much. And the way, like here, where you just partialize your gas, 50% gas, and the car just sits down on the front and it stays there, and it rotates just as you want. And also the fact that, to the contrary of other games, in this case it enables you to, let's say, trail brake into the bends, keeping the differentials in with some gas, and on the other hand, just trail braking or decelerating acts like it acts in normal cars. And this is not something that I found much in the past in games. So we're coming to the end of what I call the first section of this special stage, and now we're going to go and get into all the older roads. Here it becomes trickier and more technical, but slower. Yeah, mistake here again. Very difficult in these very acute bends and small roads when you're playing with a joystick. Another big one here, big moment here for me. Yeah, the grip, the changes in grip are incredible. They're very well done because it's the way it feels in the real life. From one asphalt to the other, to the newer asphalt to the intermediate, and here there is the worst one. Yeah, once again, I was too early on the gas there. Here also it's very slippery, and again, in the bend after, it's not as slippery because you can go on fourth. So yeah, there's still a bit of video game in it. This is a tricky one because it's got negative camber, so you want to rotate the car before, but still you want to carry as much speed as possible because there's this very long straight after it. And here we start with the cuts. Yeah, here I could have cut much more, but yeah, as I said, not spending so much time on it, so I'm just trying to understand how it works. But gosh, it's such good. For me, even every other day, having one stage, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, it helps me clear my mind. It's very good fun. Yeah, very technical around here. I must say also the pace notes are made very well. Yeah. Yeah, this seemed like a big cut, but it isn't. It was a bit tricky through that section on the points of my feet. Yeah, other out here. And here going too conservative. On the other hand, I slowed the car down too much. So this one is a massive cut. I think I can do this one. You can do this one much faster. But once you've made all your work to come all the way down here, you don't really want to lose the car completely. So it's always a compromise, let's say. Yeah, I was saying before, we only have 5 gears in this gearbox, so it's okay to be on the limiter in 5th, because the price you will pay if you put a longer 5th gear, you will in fact be slow, because the 5th gear comes a lot into play. Oh, another big mistake here, I'm sorry for that. And the 5th gear is used also in sections where you go uphill, and it just doesn't eat the gear. So you want it more or less at this length. Maybe you can have it just slightly, but there are not so many seconds of full limiter in the whole stage compared to the minutes that you spend wanting the shorter gear. Unfortunately, it's only 5 gears, and this is a limitation. Big moment here also. Very, very enjoyable. Really, it's incredible how you feel the weight of the car. And I'm not sure if this keeps into consideration the tire wear, because it really feels like there is tire wear from this part of the stage onwards. It feels like the tires are starting to get worn off, but I don't know, maybe it's just the grip of this section of asphalt that is different. It looks the same, but it grips mostly less, especially when you really want the tire and you come into those second bends that are number 2 bends that are very difficult on the front end of the car. Oh, that's dangerous. Yeah, now we start. Yeah, you see, and I don't feel like I have much tires anymore. Yeah, here I help myself with the handbrake, and it's difficult to get the rhythm when you're not sure that you're gonna have front grip with the tires. So I'm trying to regain a bit of rhythm here, and the rhythm is still broken by a lot of these 2 corners. But in comparison to the first section, you see I'm really struggling for grip here. But there's no kind of monitoring of tire temperatures or use, so I don't know. There's no way to know this. I love this last section, it gets a bit quicker. So you just keep the car going and sliding, just helping yourself with the gas, partial gas, in order to use the grip for the full cornering power of the car. So this is 9:45 seconds. I reckon this is 6-7 seconds, yeah, of what I could do. And it puts me, 23rd position in the leaderboard on this. I'm sure the game is new, so not so many people have been working on it, but yeah, 25 seconds off, so it makes a lot of sense. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I wish you a great day, and I'm gonna see you soon with new content. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Cheers now.